Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I want to dive into a topic that feels very personal and also very universal, especially for people in their late teens and early 20s. The subject is college pressure and burnout. We've all heard those phrases before. We know what they mean on the surface, but what do they really feel like when you're the one going through them? Why is college such a stressful environment for so many people? And what can we actually do about it? That's what I want to explore with you today. Let's start with an image. You're in college, or maybe you're about to enter. Everyone tells you that these are supposed to be the best years of your life. People say things like, you'll make lifelong friends, you'll discover who you are, or you'll find your passion. Sounds amazing, right? But the reality for many students feels very different. Instead of joy, instead of, instead of joy, freedom, and discovery, you're often faced with deadlines, financial stress, competition, exhaustion, and exhaustion. And sometimes you ask yourself, wait, is this normal? Am I the only one who feels completely overwhelmed? The truth is, you're not alone, not even close. College pressure comes from many angles. Let's break it down. Academic pressure. You're expected to do well, to keep your GPA high, to perform at your best all the time. Maybe you were a top student in high school, and suddenly in college you're surrounded by other top students. That can be intimidating. The next one is financial pressure. For many students, tuition fees are insanely high. On top of that, there's the cost of books, housing, food, transportation. Some students work one or two jobs just to stay afloat. The stress isn't just about the passing in class. It's also about survival. The third is social pressure. College is often present as this social paradise. Parties, parties, clubs, sports, networking events, but not everyone feels like they fit in. Social anxiety, loneliness, and comparison creeping. The last is family expectation. Let's not forget the voice of family. Some students are the first in their family to go to college. Others feel like they need to carry the weight of their parents' sacrifice. There's pressure to choose the right career path, to make sure that the money and effort being invested are worth it. When you combine all these layers, you end up you end up you end up with a very heavy backpack, not just of books, but of responsibilities. What is burnout? So what happens when this pressure pile up with our life? The result is burnout. Burnout isn't just being tired. It's not just needing a good night's sleep. Burnout is a deeper state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion. It's when your brain says, I'm done, I can't keep going like this. Some signs of burnout in college include losing motivation to study, even for subjects you used to enjoy, feeling drained even after resting, constant procrastination because everything feels overwhelming, a sense of detachment like you're on autopilot, irritability, sadness, or even numbness. And here's the thing, burnout isn't personal weakness, it's not laziness, it's a human reaction to chronic stress. So let me be real for a moment. One of the biggest causes of burnout, especially in college, is comparison. We look around and see other students who seem to have everything together. They are getting good grades, joining clubs, exercising, posting perfect photos on social media, maybe even running a small business on the side. And then you think, why can't I be like them? What's wrong with me? But what we don't see is that many of those students are struggling privately, 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 or are struggling privately. Social media hides the breakdowns, the panic attacks, the late nights crying over assignments. Everyone is trying to project confidence, but inside, most people are just trying to survive. Another big factor is the culture of hustle on our work. Is the culture of overwork. In many college, being bossy is seen as a badge of honor. Of honor. Students brag about pulling all-nighters, drinking 5 cups of coffee, or a student for 12 hours straight. It's almost like suffering becomes a competition. But here's the dangerous part. When overwork is glorified, rest starts to feel like weakness. Taking a break taking a break feels like falling behind, and that's a recipe for burnout. Mental health in college. We can't talk about burnout without mentioning mental health. Rates of anxiety, depression, and stress among college students are higher than ever. Why? Because college isn't just about learning, it's about identity. You're figuring out who you are, where you're going, and how to balance independence with responsibility. That's a lot to handle at once. And unfortunately, many students feel ashamed to admit when they are struggling. They think they have to push through alone. The turning point asking for help. So, what can be done? How do we prevent burnout or recover from it? First, it's important to say asking for help is not weakness. Whether it's reaching out to a counselor, talking to professor, or opening up to friends. Sharing what you're going through can be life-saving. Colleges are slowly becoming more aware of this. Many now offer mental health service, peer support groups, and wellness programs. But even if resources are limited, talking to someone you trust can already lighten to the load. Practical strategies. Here are some practical ways students can manage pressure and avoid burnout. Time management. Now, not about being perfect, but about setting priorities. Focus on what truly matters instead of trying to do everything at once. The other hand is rest and sleep. Sound obvious, but sleep is often the first thing students sacrifice. Your brain needs downtime to process and recharge. The third is physical movement. Exercise, walking, stretching. It doesn't have to be intense, but your body and mind are connected. Moving helps release stress. Fourth is boundaries. Learn to say no. You don't have to join every club, attend every event, or take on every responsibility. Healthy comparison. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to your past self. Are you growing? Are you learning? That's what counts. The last is mindfulness and breaks. Even 5 minutes of deep breathing, journaling, or meditation can reset your mind. Redefining success. One of the biggest mindset shift we need in college is redefining success. Success is not just a GPA, not just a diploma, not just getting the highest paying job right after graduation. Success can be mean learning resiliency, discovering passions, building relationships, and growing as a human being. When you give yourself permission to value more than just achievement, you reduce the risk. You reduce the risk of burnout. So to wrap this up, college is hard. It's rewarding, yes, but it's also exhausting. The pressure is real and burnout is real, but none of this means you're failing. It means you're human. If you're listening to this and you're in college, I want you to remember something. You are not alone in this struggle. Everyone you see on campus, even the ones who who look like they have it all together, is fighting their own battle. Take care of your mental health, protect your energy, and remember that rest is not laziness. It's a part of growth. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode resonates with you, maybe share it with a friend who's also going through the pressure of college. Let's keep the conversation open, because the more we talk about it, the less alone we all feel. Until next time, take care of yourself.